Where White Lotus season 2 focused a lot on the distorted masculine or the toxic masculine, White Lotus season 3 focuses a lot on the distorted feminine and the shadows of the divine feminine. And we see this with all of the female characters so far, besides two being in their distorted feminine energies. Let's talk about the two women on the show so far that are in a healthy divine feminine energy. As you probably guessed, the first is Belinda. I love Belinda. Belinda is such an embodiment of the divine feminine, and she specifically embodies several archetypes of the divine feminine throughout her journey so far in White Lotus, which is really beautiful to see because the divine feminine does not fit into one specific box. She is cyclical. She moves through many different archetypes. And we see this play out a lot with her relationship with Pornchai. I think Pornchai is so sweet. He's such an embodiment of the divine masculine. He's also the first character I've seen that is in their divine masculine so far in this program. Also, that guy that Rick is friends with that he meets in Bangkok. I know a lot of people probably would say that he's not. It sounds like he's had a really interesting history, but the way that he talks about his history and his healing, he might actually possibly also be in his divine masculine, but that's another episode. So we see our goddess Belinda. She walks with so much grace, so much love, and so much gratitude. She's the only character I've seen so far in the show that really honors the sacred land that they are on, that White Lotus is on. And she gives an offering to an altar, which is so beautiful. And she's the only character, again, I've seen do that because the divine feminine is respectful of culture. The divine feminine is respectful of spirituality, and she's deeply connected to Mother Earth. And so she understands that if she's going onto a sacred land, it's important to pause and pay respect to the land. By the way, a practice y'all can do that's very feminine to honor the land that you're on or that you're visiting is before you go on a hiking trail or a walk, you can pause, stop, and pray and just thank Mother Earth for what it is you're about to experience. So I like to, before I go for a hike, just pause, pray. Dear Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, thank you so much for holding us, for nurturing us. I ask that you allow me to move through this trail, move on this hike, causing as little harm as possible, and present me with opportunities to give back to this sacred land. Then I'll usually like hug a tree or I'll kiss my hand and touch the earth. And that's just a beautiful way that you can honor the land that you're on directly. We also see her, I love this scene, being so beautiful and so vulnerable with Pornchai. And so I really feel like when she was talking to him about how nervous she was about the whole Greg Gary situation, he, first of all, he was able to receive her because he, unlike Fabian was in his divine masculine, where Fabian is very much in a toxic masculine and even a toxic feminine, and we'll talk about that later. But Pornchai is able to receive her fully, and when she's vulnerable with him and she's in her queen and she's like maybe a little bit of her crone too, because the crone has an oracle, which